Hello and welcome to realityfuturestrading.com. In today's video, I am going to be going over some of the aspects and features of the ultimate moving average, and I want to show you some of the cool stuff that it does. It's like having a set of moving averages on steroids. One of the first things that I'd like to point out is that with the ultimate moving average, you get the SMA, EMA, WMA, TMA, the TEMA, HMA, linear regression, SMMA. Basically, in a nutshell, there's about 13 different moving averages, and one of them that we have included is super trend, as well as my personal favorite, the RMA. That's another great feature, of course, is that all the moving averages, including super trend, are colored. And also another feature I would like to point out is this feature here for flat conditions. Now, rather than try to describe it, I'm actually just going to show it to you here in a few minutes when I set up the chart. Another cool function that the ultimate moving average has is a feature here where you can color the bars according to a specific moving average. And again, rather than explain it, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you in the video. Okay, basically what I've done is I've added a series of 3 RMAs. I have a 6 RMA, I have a 13 RMA, and I have a 20 RMA as well. Now for the 20 RMA, I'm going to come down here for color bar on trends, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make that true. And I'm basing that off of my 20 RMA for an overall trend. Now you can see that all my bars are green. Now the background of my chart is black, so I am going to have to change where it straddles the MA outline. So in a case like this where I'm straddling the moving average, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make those gold. Whenever the bars straddle the 20 RMA, it's going to show the bars as being gold. Now, just like the other moving averages that come with NinjaTrader, I can differentiate what my lines look like. Basically, the little yellow dots signify a change in direction. Now, earlier I mentioned a feature that could actually help you determine part of a trend if it's strengthening or weakening. So, I'm going to use my 13 RMA, and then I'm going to come down here to where it says flat conditions. Basically, what this does is this tells us when the trend may be weakening and when it may be starting up again. So I'm going to go ahead down here where it says slope ticks per bar for breakout, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make that an 8, and I'm going to click apply. You'll notice this gray area here. Rather than leave that gray, I'm going to change that to yellow. And I'm also going to fatten that line up a little bit. I'm going to beef those dots up to a 4. And you're going to notice that we see this trend here in the CL. We see the pullback and how it pulls back below the moving averages. We see where the bars are straddling, and now we can see where possibly we may be losing our trend. But of course we can see that the trend starts up again, and my bar color is in direct association with my 20 RMA, which you see here represented by the dashed line. Now, the next feature that I want to show you is that the ultimate moving average can also alert you when price gets close to a particular moving average. So let's use the 6 RMA here, and we come down here to where it says alert, and the alert basis can be made on a lot of different ways. And the alert can be made on either it's entering a zone, it's exiting a zone, both entering and exiting, or it can be made on a color change. I'm going to go ahead and choose both entering and exiting. And then down here, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to leave the pop-up at false, and I'm going to leave sending an email at false as well. Let's close this, and let's actually take a look at this indicator in action, and let's see what we can do with it. All right, let's get started here. Well, you can see that we've had this huge run up overnight and in the early morning hours here on the CL. You can see that the UMA, according to my 20 period here, has kept my bars nice and green, letting me know that I definitely want to be looking for long trades. It does start to straddle here, and if we look at the 13 RMA, you can actually see where the dotted line has gone yellow. That's telling me that perhaps we're getting ready to lose the trend. Now, what I've done is I've set up my 6 RMA so I get an alert when price gets within a certain parameter. Now, I actually have it set to a period of 6. So when price gets within 6 ticks of my 6 RMA, it's going to go ahead and give me an alert that I'll be able to hear. So as soon as it gets within 6 ticks of my 6 RMA, it's going to go ahead and give us an alert. Let's see what happens here. Now, ideally for this setup, what I'm looking for, oh, you heard the alert right there. Wow, fast moving CL. Did not catch that one. However, I will show you what I was looking for. I was looking for my pass below all 3 of my MAs, looking for that pullback. I got my alert right here, and then down she went. Ideally on this setup here, there's a couple of different ways I could have entered this. I could have marketed in on the close of this bar here. However, this is the CL. That was a pretty fast move. Or what I could have done is I could have put a sell stop limit order here, and then wherever you feel comfortable is where you want to place your stops. All right, well, I hope you found this video to be informative. If you have any questions regarding the ultimate moving average, please feel free to contact me at ray@realityfuturestrading.com. Thanks and have a good day.